guys, today's video is going to be a rundown of my favourite books and movies for 2018, because I thought I've usually done a thing with my favourite books over the course of the year, last couple of years, and didn't feel like all that many of them this year. So I have instead decided to add on some movies, because there's a couple of movies that I do feel warrant a sort of space in that sort of area, and yeah, I want to sort of say that they're among my favourites. So the first book that I want to say about is The Book of Dust, La Belle Sauvage, which is the first of Philip Pullman's new book set in the world of his Dark Materials. I quite enjoyed it. It was a really good sort of reintroduction to the world. I probably should have reread the other ones before it, but it is quite a good book. I did quite enjoy it this year. It worked. It made me think a lot about stuff to do with that series, and yeah, no, it's up there. Now, I'm not normally one to include franchise books in my sort of top books of a year or whatever. They're usually enjoyable, but pretty meh sort of thing. And by franchise book, I mean books written in an existing franchise, like a book from a video game or something like that, or a book from a film series, sort of novelization or something like that. But I read Star Wars Dark Disciple this year, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very, very good book, just on its own, regardless of the fact that it was a Star Wars book. It was really quite good. It told some stories that I would have really liked to have seen in other places as well, but it worked quite well where they put it. Right, gonna take a quick detour into Movieville, because it sort of splits it up nicely. And the first movie that I want to say about is Black Panther. Oh my god, the first MCU film of this year, and it was amazing! I've been a fan of Black Panther for a while, since I got lent the first 50 issues of the Christopher Priest run by the comic book shop owner I go to. And I just really, really love the sort of way that they took some of the stuff from all different eras of the Black Panther character and put them in this movie, and it worked really, really well. I really, really, really liked this movie. It was, well, I honestly think it is the best MCU film, and that is high praise because I really like the MCU. There's a lot of really good films in there, and I just worked. It worked so well. Back to books. The End of the Day by Claire North was really, really affecting for me. I really, really enjoyed it. It really had something special to it, and I've liked Claire North's books for a while, but this one in particular had some really interesting sort of points to say about the world. The other one that I read of hers this year was The Sudden Appearance of Hope, and that was also really good, but I feel like The End of the Day was the one that I wanted to say about, because it really spoke to me in a lot of ways. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I feel the need to say about Saga Volume 9 this year. It's the second and last volume of Saga, I believe, and the entire series has been excellent. I think I've talked about it in one of these sort of videos before, but I really, really liked it, this particular one, and it really affected me. There's some stuff towards the end, and they're taking a year off from doing it. Made me a bit irritated that I'm not going to find out what happens next for another year or so, and yeah, it's really, really good. Another quick detour into Movieville, because Hearts Beat Loud, which is a Nick Offerman film, is really, really good. A really, really good film. It's more of an indie film than I am usually into, and it does sort of go with like coming of age stories and that sort of thing, and I do like those sort of films, but this one was really good. It was a vehicle for some songs, but like it was very character driven, and it just worked really quite well because you could tell each of the characters had things specifically that they needed to work through, they needed to do, and it was a really good film, and I am definitely going to try and buy it at some point so that I can show other people it. Back to books again, and An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. It's been hyped throughout the year, and then I got it, and it was as good as the hype. I've been a fan of Hank's for a while anyway, because obviously I'm a YouTube person, and I've been about for a long time, and he's also been, he's been about like 5 years longer than me or something like that. He has been about on YouTube for as long. He's done so many things, and then just adding on writing that good, you know, it's one of those things, and it is a really good book, and I cannot wait for him to finish the sequel. Hurry up, Hank. Kidding. The next thing I want to say about is The Wicked and the Divine Volume 7, which is very linked to Saga in my mind. I think I got the first two volumes of Saga around the same time as I got the first volume of The Wicked and the Divine, and both have been really, really good over the time that I've had them and read them and everything along those lines, and I have really, really felt that Volume 7, the most recent volume, has probably been one of the best ones in some ways. It's one of these things, I think that the writer might be writing for the trades rather than for the individual issues, but I'm not 100% certain on that. That volume explained so many things that had been set up in other volumes of it, and it was really, really cool, and it gave a lot more depth to it now, and I'm interested to know where it goes next, when it comes back. And the last thing that I want to say about is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is a movie. It's a very recent movie, and it is really fucking good. It's really, really good. I didn't know how much I liked the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man up until I saw this movie, and whew, it's good. It's really, really good. It takes all of the Spider-Man mythos and plays around with it, and it gives you new versions of the character, or rather, old versions that have been about for a while that aren't mainstream, and it includes some stuff that you just go, perfect. I really, really enjoyed this movie, and I cannot wait for the rest of the series, because I believe they are doing a series of it in some way or other. And the animation's fantastic, and the character work is fantastic, and the voices are fantastic, and just everything about it is really, really good. So I think that's all I actually have to say about for my favourite books and movies of 2018. There's some really good stuff in there. I really, really enjoyed a lot of good books and films this year. Not as many books as I would have liked, but, you know, it's just a thing when you've got a lot of college work, and a lot of work, and a lot of other things. But I consumed a lot of good media this year. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite books and movies and that sort of thing have been over the course of this past year. I would love to know, so let me know down there. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that you remember to like and share it, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails down below to see other videos by me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!